morning, everybody. Here's Przemek and Michał, and it's
Morning.
Wellsday. Together today we are meeting to talk about um, Chinese New Year. So happy Chinese New Year because it will be in 3 days the Chinese New Year. Uh, Everything
Happy
special.
Chinese New Year.
Yeah,
Yeah. Year of
happy new
Dragon.
Chinese, happy new. It's so simple in Western culture. Happy New Chinese Year. Yes, that's what
Yep.
I tried to say.
Do you
And
know
today,
what Chinese star you are? Sign?
yes,
Sorry?
yes. I'm a rat.
Are you a rat?
Yeah, wooden rat.
Okay, so it's a wooden dragon this year.
I don't know if it's wooden dragon this year. I
Yeah,
know
I,
it's a
I
dragon
checked.
year. It's a wooden one.
It's a wooden dragon. Yeah, because
Oh, okay.
I'm an mix.
Oh,
And
okay.
apparently I will have a challenging year ahead
Yeah.
because my energy and dragon's energy are clashing potentially,
Oh, okay.
but it's a way for an opportunity to learn something new and develop as well. So I'm looking
Hmm.
at it from that perspective.
And is the Chinese New Year uh, popular in New Zealand, where you live?
Yeah, it's celebrated across New Zealand, especially in
Hmm.
big cities. We have a big population of Chinese people. And yeah, well, I remember a couple of years ago, before COVID, we had this beautiful light festival, which was awesome. Now, after COVID, it's a little bit different as it's all around the world. But the Chinese New Year, it's still being celebrated near Sky Tower in Auckland. That's like a big thing happening. And you got food trucks, you get great food, you got music and performances. And yeah, it's pretty amazing. So if you're ever around New Zealand that time, I'd recommend to go and see that.
Sounds really lovely. The same is in Thailand where I live. So in Bangkok, the whole Chinese district is enlightened with the festive lights. Uh, um, it looks really amazing and inspiring. So it's worth visiting if you're in Thailand at the time. Be sure to
Mm.
visit the Chinatown because it's a one of a kind, spectacular view, which is not present or I haven't spotted, but before, but in Europe, it's not very common to see. And it's very interesting in Thailand because Chinese New Year usually collides with the Saint Valentine event as well,
Mm.
event calendar.
Yeah.
So usually, for example, from the commerce perspective, when you go to the shops, you've got a mixture of symbolism of Saint Valentine's and Chinese New Year together. So
Okay.
So for example, if you're trying to buy something, you've got a combo promo of a Chinese New Year
Right.
plus Saint Valentine, and it's all mixed up into a one big promo
That's interesting.
festive. Yeah, so quite unique,
That's
quite unique.
interesting. Ah,
Okay,
yes. Valentine's next week as well.
yeah,
Will be
and
Wednesday next Tuesday. Hmm.
and and into in one tomorrow in Poland and in some Eastern Europe countries, there's a Fat Thursday.
Oh, that's what I missed.
Yes,
Oh,
Fat
that's what I
Thursday
missed.
is a traditional Polish, and I also believe that Czech Republic and Slovakia, maybe Russian people too as well. There's a day, special day in the calendar that you can eat all only and all the fat food, especially donuts, homemade
Oh,
donuts or bought donuts with all the kinds of filling you can imagine. So yeah, do you have Fat
oh,
Thursday?
I remember Fat Thursdays. Working in the say corporate, right?
Hmm.
In big companies, we always used to have like I would say numerous plates of donuts, and it was so full. And yeah, it was kind of like two donuts per person, but obviously some people say no, I don't want anything. I said okay, I'm gonna have your donut. I can have three, I can have four. I don't know because well, not only that I love donuts, but also there is a superstition that you need to eat at least one.
Yes.
It will bring you, say, happiness, joy, and luck. That
And okay.
that.
And one magical thing about this day is that calories don't count. So you can eat as much as you can and still be healthy and fit. That's good. That's a good day.
That's the best thing.
Okay, but today we also met to discuss the International Women's Day that will happen almost exactly in 1 month. So we will try to discuss these different approaches that we can have toward this day. We will show you what can you do for the International Women's Day from the point of perspective of Europe and Eastern Europe, and from the point of perspective from Australia and New Zealand. And we'll compare our best case, our approaches, our case studies, and yeah, hopefully I will find some ideas that can be shared among each other to make our workplaces better, nicer, and more joyful. Why not?
Why not?
Okay, so maybe I will start this time. Regarding the international, okay, thank you. Regarding the International Women's Day, it's a special day. I'm for the wellness and corporate well-being industry is the most busiest day among the whole year, because companies usually organize special events that last only 1 day, and they pack those days with all the kind of activities to make women in their companies feel good. So the basic approach to the International Women's Day is to make women feel good, make them feel pretty, and make them feel seen and appreciated. So I would say that we've got the Polish word for the appreciation of women. It's called to be. It's imported from French. In French, it's charmant. So in Polish, it's szarmancki. It's a way. It's an attitude towards women that you celebrate their intelligence, their beauty, their gentleness. So it's a whole package that you show your show your appreciation.
And that word, the charmant, and isn't that we all become real true gentlemen on that day?
Yes.
Right? I mean, we probably should be 365 days. Yes. Every day in the year, but this day it should be like special, like gentleman level, super high.
Yeah. So this approach, so charmant approach, we leverage multiple times during the International Women's Day in Eastern Europe, and companies, as I said, organize a lot of events that day. So for the well-being industry, is really it's a busy day, because imagine 10, 20 companies, each one is 500, 1,000, 2,000 or more people, and all of them want to have attractions designed to their employees at the same time. Therefore, we start to make to encourage our clients for a pre-booking of those activities, usually in the very first days of January. And based on our experience, because many companies forget about pre-planning, and they wake up like 2, 3, 5 days just before the International Women's Day, and they want to. Yeah, the last minute need, and usually those companies are not able to order any kind of services because everybody is booked. So pre-planning is an important thing to do if you want to have your event done properly and on time. Regarding this basic approach towards women, about feeling beautiful, about feeling seen, about feeling appreciated. Usually, companies order stationary or online activities, and those cover from the stationary activities, office massages, which are very popular in Europe. Also, hand massages with the application of some softening, nourishing creams. Also, classical massages that are brought to your office. So it depends on the company and how much time do you want to give it to your employee. The service can be modified, but this all aims to give a pleasure and to give a comfort in a way of appreciation of your employees. Also, stationary yoga classes, the self um, the classes in the classes. Pardon?
Self-defense classes.
Self-defense classes, self-defense courses, which can be done stationary and online as well. Self-stretching classes, also that can be done stationary and online, depending on how much space do you have, or for example, how much employees do you want to engage in the same time, because the only thing that limits you is the number of employees that you want to, the time and the number of employees that you want to participate in the same exact moment. For the stationary class, it's usually around 20 people to make a coach trainer possible to focus on each participant. But for example, for online classes, it can be 100, 200, 300 people in the same time. And it's so easy to organize because you just need your computer, and you can bring your workers within a click to the class. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's a logistic hassle-free activity. So yeah. Very, very nice and very easy to organize.
Would you say that more popular? What would you say is more popular? Is it the online classes or activities or face-to-face?
For the most wanted benefit, I mean the most wanted activity for that day is the stationary office massage. So right, it can be also called worksite massage on the special chair, which we can show in the picture after the montage of this film, of this video. Why is it so popular? Why is it in so high demand? Because it gives you an instant benefit. Yes, so when you go to the massage, your body starts to feel relaxed. Muscles are untensed, are heated, so your whole body gets comfort from the touch. Yes, from the touch and from the treatment you've got. So many companies decide to choose their office massages as the first, as a top choice benefit, and they build their activities around, for example, the office massages. So they try to provide every massage for everybody, like 10-15 minutes, because it's an express massage. It doesn't take 60 minutes, because it would disturb the workday if
15 minutes is enough. We really in a workplace to feel good. And
I could have 2 hours.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, but
not disrupt.
To not disrupt the workflow, the 15 minutes is a recommended minimum time for each person. And if you've got more budget, or if you want to make something extra, you can build around this activity, which is quite easy because the office massages are quite easy to be spotted by employees. Everybody knows that there's an office massage in that day because everybody wants this benefit. And you can treat your this day, your approach to this day as in making a puzzle game. So you just pick the one puzzle, which will be your main puzzle, and you build on by putting more puzzles together. Yeah. So from the stationary point of view, all kind of group classes are welcomed by employees, but you can do also more online. For example, advanced classes, like you can take all your employees within one click to Bali Island to have a live Tai Chi class with the live instructor who is greeting your employees, or briefing sessions, or stretching sessions, or yoga class from Bali as well. So this is some kind of a unique opportunity to organize maybe the fastest travel in their lives to the another place.
This is like interesting because I would never thought about something like that. I think it might be because obviously thinking of Europe right now, it's winter time. So
Yes.
it's probably dark, cold, and gray, and a little bit sad. And
yes.
While here we have summer, it's summertime, so not even thinking about activities like that for our employees, but maybe something to think about for our winter.
Yeah, for your winter, or if you want to change your climate environment around you to the European, yes, we can organize a yoga class
Yoga class for
from France with the gray sky and some humid air around.
Well, I think for some people might be quite interesting, especially for people who haven't been to France and Europe. It might be interesting to see it live and like how it really looks like.
Okay. And what about the International Women's Day in your region? How does it look like?
Well, I think it's very much different, to be fair. Like, I want to say one thing, it's like quite interesting that you've shared all those things that you can, prepared for women to recognize them, for them to feel appreciated, and I say a little bit of pamper for a day, which is great. From my experience here, we did have like a massage, an office massage, but it was for Wellbeing Month, not specifically for International Women's Day. I think the approach is slightly different from what I've seen talking to different people and seeing in different companies. It's more about conversation. There's a lot of breakfasts and morning teas, afternoon teas, or shared lunches. When you have panel discussion, you have guests, speakers, and participants just enjoy the conversations about. Usually it's how to be a woman, for example, in certain industry. What are the roadblocks, or what are the success stories? It's not only everything is a struggle and it's bad things. It's actually acknowledging that there might be some struggle, how to overcome this. And it's not, from what I've heard, and this is, as we said before, there's two men discussing International Women's Day, right? We don't have a woman here, but that's one good example from my experience is that I've been asked to or invited to one of the meetings for the Women's Network. I have like the monthly meeting, women's in the regulatory industry. I've got the invite for that, and I was very surprised to say, hey, I'm not a woman, so why you need me there, and why you want me there? Is it even allowed? And they said, no, it's absolutely, because it's not about it's only for women. It's whoever supports women in succeeding, and this is the whole thing. It's I think it's a different mindset that it is what I remember from Europe as well. So our International Women's Day is more about celebrating women and their success. In general, the appreciation. So we got some nice cookies. We got some flowers here and there. We got some. At my work, we have morning tea. We have speeches and just being together and celebrating. And outside of work, we do have those conversations, panel discussions. it's all about how we empower women.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the main goal for the day. And for a lot of companies, they organize things like that. To be fair,
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard about massages, which sounds really nice, on that specific day. So I think like what you describe is more from like a physical word. For us, it's more like a sociological or networking event
Mm-hmm.
perspective.
Mm-hmm.
That's the major difference that I see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, from European field, I can say it's very simple. These activities are the simplest ways to say you're great.
Mm,
So you're it's just so simple. There are
mm,
no any advanced thinking say in it any advanced agenda, I would say. It's just
right.
you're a woman, you are beautiful, you are great, and we just want to tell you that you are uh,
Mm,
this way. And because of this, this is your day. We want to make you feel special. And
mm.
that's all. Uh, yeah. No any advanced thinking, I think.
Yeah, no, that's the whole thing. It's no hidden agenda here.
Yeah.
It's really
Yeah.
celebrating women in
Yeah.
workplace and not only workplace in general, right?
In general, yeah.
Uh,
In the purest form,
uh,
yeah. So the form is really
yeah,
pure.
yeah, I was just thinking of workplace because that's the aim that we or the angle that we're
Hmm.
looking at the well-being HR, what we do for our employees and in our companies. But I think it would be good, I think, to have a mixture of both, to be fair. Like
Hmm.
through those that's what I'm taking from this is through those, say, actions that you can say, we want to give you absolutely special, amazing day. So
Yeah.
you can choose go have a massage here or do something, whatever you want to do, basically,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
But it's a couple of things that we want you to make you feel special. But on the other hand, you can have those conversations of how
Of
it is to
course.
be a woman, what it means, what are this and how you can celebrate and support other women in especially in the different industries that we all say, and we had this conversation before, there are some male dominated industries. It's not a
That's right.
bad thing, it's just I say it's not a bad thing, it's just how things were before.
Yeah.
And having women, and especially like I can't see it too much, to be fair, in New Zealand, Australia, because we have women in constructions, we have women in tech, IT, etc. It's not like um, it's nothing big anymore.
Uncommon.
Like yes,
Uncommon. Yeah.
yeah, like women can work whenever they want, right? And
Mm.
that's the whole thing. And if you come from that premise and you're thinking of that way, there's so much we can do to support that thinking, and it's not forcing anything.
Hmm.
It's just supporting and empowering people and empowering women, in that case for International Women's Day. I think
Yeah.
that's the key for Australia and New Zealand. I would say that our number one thing would be empowering.
So what I would say about taking from New Zealand and Australia to Europe, so as an inspiration from you guys to us, is also combining our Charmant approach with the psychological approach. So putting emphasis on the mental possibilities also of developing new activities into the International Women's Day
Mhm.
to address the topics of the equality of the pay gaps or also pay equality, also
Mhm.
about the occupancies that you can have in all industries and taken by women.
I think well, I think last year was it that Australia introduced the mandatory sharing information about the pay gap
Hmm.
as well and reporting on that. So that's the conversation is happening and has been happening for some time now, and we're getting there to talk about, say, pay gap or gender pay gap more openly and acknowledging that there is an issue. and how we're going to address it. It's not black and white, as some people would say. We just need to pay equal, but I don't believe that. It needs to be for the merit and based on experience, etc. But
Of
there are
course.
certain things that are not right still, and it still
Mm-hmm.
needs to be addressed. And having those conversations on International Women's Day, I think it's a good opportunity to have a conversation about it. And that's what's happening in Australia and New Zealand. So I think that could be potentially something that Europe can borrow from us here and saying, okay, let's have an open conversation. How can we make things better?
And more balanced.
Yep, more balance. That's the
Okay.
whole thing.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's we've got some good examples and inspirations for the International Women's Day. Would you like to add something, Michał?
I would say it's just like those examples that we say explore as an advice for everyone. Explore, and you said number one is pre-planning, so plan ahead so you don't end up in, oh, okay, there's something we need to do very last minute. If you can do like as an example from my company, we do a yearly planning at PNC, so People and Culture team does have a calendar of events and have everything mapped out, so we know what's coming, so we don't miss anything.
Very smart.
I'll
Not
say
all
the
companies do this.
I'd say a lot of PNC teams have do this here, like to see what's happening and how we want to approach different and celebrate different occasions, let's say. So I'd say pre-planning or planning, get your head around what's coming in the next few months and start doing it, especially if you want to utilize external providers, because they might be already booked, right? So that's one,
right.
number one thing. Number two is do your research, ask around, and especially if you're thinking of International Women's Day, Australia, New Zealand, a lot of women's network and Women's Council in New Zealand, and etc. So there's a lot of different groups that you can tap on and say, hey, we want to do something for our company. Maybe someone from your association, from your network or networking group can come to us and give us a talk, or how we can engage in collaboration, for example. I'd say don't be afraid of that and just explore different options. And like in Europe, why not doing the massages in Pumper? That can be something totally different and might be highly appreciated as well.
Yeah, so maybe those groups can be a so-called wind of change and bring wind of change to the New Zealand and Australia workplaces if they are so well organized and well connected, networked. Maybe there's a place for the change to appear and to be spread around.
Well, definitely, and just from Europe perspective, I'm sure that there's things like that, and say Women's Network in Europe as well. I think so. I'd like to wish for that.
I think it's a
but
good.
in general, just do your research and see what's out there and what's possible. And I think one of the things that we forget or maybe not be mindful of is we can just ask as well. Do a little focus group, and just get conversational going with women, saying, "Hey, there's International Women's Day coming up. What do you think we should do?"
What do you want?
Oh, well, that's a very direct
very
question.
straightforward. But yeah, what would you like to do this year? Yeah, what would you like to experience this day?
Day off. That will be the thing. We might day off.
Yeah, but not every company can afford for a day off for the whole workforce. That's the problem.
Yeah.
But
if you ask like how would you like to celebrate the International Women's Day, we can come up with some good idea, or we can get some good ideas and inspiration from our own employees as well.
That's right. Yeah, so I think we've covered it. We've nailed it with those examples. And I
think
hope
under 30 minutes.
I think, yeah, but sometimes the topics are very simple and do not need any extra elaborate. Do not need to be any extra elaborated. So I think yeah, we gave some examples that can be useful for other people.
Let's hope.
Yeah, let's hope. So thank you, guys, for joining us today. We hope that all the ideas and examples will be useful for you, especially that are 1 month ahead, so you can pre-plan your activities to have
There is still time.
yeah, there's still time to think it over, maybe introduce something new, and to make a surprise that will be at International Women's Day at your workplace.
That's good.
Yes,
Right.
let's do it.
Thank you, everyone,
See you.
and
See you.
see you next Wednesday.
See you. Bye bye.